Hey, so so until people come on to the stream, I guess I'm just going to recap for those on YouTube because I tend to stream to Facebook for friends and family, and if all goes well, then I will share it to YouTube. I think once I move to my proper space in the next month or two, I will change things around and be streaming live to YouTube instead. Um, and because then it'll be a far more streamlined setup. Whereas here it's kind of ad hoc, and I have stuff to get done. And so I just spent, let me see, I spent about 2-3 hours today. No, not that long. Sorry, it was under 1 hour. Yeah, because there was a lot of dust in the GTX 1080 and 1080 Ti from the from the rigs stuff I put from the last stream, and then I just spent a lot of time went into cleaning them with multiple dust buster cans. Sorry, one second. Sure, I like the Coke instead. The Coke and the mice, please. Wait, I'm streaming, so I'm doing that. Okay, thanks. Okay. So where was I? Yes, a lot of dust. So I placed an order to my local guy who gets me the dustbusters. I bought 6 cans. 6 cans of dustbusters came to 10,000 rupees. So that's about $66, I think. Somewhere around 60 and $70 for 6 cans of dustbuster. It's kind of pretty hard to get, and I can't buy it abroad when I start Singapore because because it's an illegal item on Singapore Airlines and most likely on other airlines as well. So nobody is joining my stream, so that's okay. I guess it's 8 p.m. local time on a Friday. If anybody joins my stream, that's who's in Sri Lanka. I guess you're like me, who doesn't really have much of a real life. But yeah, so let's get the show on the road. So what I've got on the screen here, let me find my mouse. Where's the mouse? Oh, there we go. Oh, there we go. That's the mouse, right? So what you have on the left side is I've connected to the NVR box. I just rebooted it. Just put the 2 cards in, and this is me connected over VNC. And I've logged in as root. I call it Pentium server. I'm in Tmux actually. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to move this over the side because that doesn't show you much. This is the more important one, I guess. And what's nice about Tmux is, let me show you, I can do things like full split screen, and I can have edge top running, and I can split that screen, and I can run glances. So it's all very quick. I didn't even touch my mouse for what I just did there, right? I just all keyboard shortcuts. And the mouse is just like that, but the mouse is not really being used in this window. So most of the time I'm working here, you'll find the mouse not going to move. So now I'm on keyboard mode, and I'm moving back up. Oops. Wait, how do you do? Oh yeah, wrong focus on the window. So the mouse is only for me to pick the window because I'm using map. So see, I'm moving from the top pane to the bottom pane, all on keyboards. Okay. So I'm going to run apt-get update and apt-get upgrade, but I'm not going to say past the -y because I want to see what it says for that. First of all, so let's see. Because this has got an old kernel, so let's prove that. I spawn a new window. It's got 440 generic. It's good to keep it up. LSB release -a. What? Oh, yep, missed an underscore. Okay. And hey, Uncle Polly. So yeah, we're installing solar panels because I'm pulling way too much electricity into my networking stack, and so yeah, we are getting 30 photovoltaic solar panels installed, and it's going to take about a week, I think. And hopefully that will reduce the cost of electricity, which is right now through the roof, ironically, yeah. And so a lot of workmen, and then we moved some We're getting the upstairs pantry refitted. Um, so we actually use the what do you call it, countertops from the Bangladesh. It's all that's old stuff from the old villa. Hi Auntie Prabhu. Hey Safe. Dude, I've been meaning to meet with you, but I've been, oh boy, Siri just got triggered for that line. What? No, we're not Siri.
Sorry, Michael, I don't really know.
I didn't even talk to Siri. So yeah, hey dude, I've been meaning to meet with you, and it's gonna happen definitely. So I will actually message you and put a iCal invite. That's the only way I can manage my time. Actually, hang on, I'm gonna do that right now. Since we're on stream, but hang on. I'm going to quickly message you on Messenger and try and put a time in to catch up with you. So, say, okay. Hey dude, send me your Gmail email, please. Okay, there we go, done. Okay, back to the stream. So, we are on 44013. Okay, fine. Now I'm going to also spawn. No, that's the thing. Let's switch back to the upgrade. Oh, here we go. So as you can see, there's a lot of stuff to update. It's pretty old. This install has been running for several months now. So let's just hit yes. It looks like, if I do that, let's look at the kernel stuff. Can I spot anything in these maps? System D. Oh, these are, here we go. Linux 440. Okay. Well, once it fetches everything, I'll know what kernel it's pulled down. It should be 4.14 or 4.15. I don't think 4.16 is mainline. I can't recall. Well, let's just double check. One second, I need too tired today. Let's just check. So we have kernel. Let me use kernel. So kernel.org, yeah, so mainline is 415. Stable is 414. So being an LTS install, is it LTS? I think I only exclusively use an LTS for my Ubuntu servers essentially. So let's see what do you use. I'm missing 44012. It's using the different nomenclature. I've seen this on the AWS side. It was the image tag. Let's see what the kernel is. Where it's actually rebooted. Because once I reboot it, there's a very good chance. Oh yeah, I'll have to leave the stream because the machine is outside. And one thing I did that's kind of silly on this build is I encrypted the whole thing, so SSH doesn't boot up until I physically walk the machine. Oh yeah, I'll need to take the keyboard with me. Where's the keyboard? There's a keyboard there. Yeah, take this keyboard with me. And got this unplugged from the gaming rig. I go over there, plug it in, put in the password, and then only all the services start up, because that makes sense. Because until you decrypt everything, it can't start up services. So really, I should have just encrypted the home folder rather than the whole operating system there. Okay. Okay, Grub is doing this thing. A new 8 RAM FS. There you go, it's being generated. Okay, that's cool. 44012? That's interesting. They're generating the old ones as well. Okay, that makes sense. I guess Grub updated itself. What is it? 4402112. Okay. What are the differences on mainline browse? Wow. let's see what Linus has been up to. This guy is crazy. He's amazing and crazy. He just okay. He's not okay. He swears a lot, which is crazy. And like he insults people online. Fine. I'm just ranting again about Linus Torvalds because he's the creator of Linux. Every Android phone in the world runs Linux. What else? Almost every server that's non-Windows runs Linux, unless you're running BSD or some other variant. I think I showed it in the last stream. I can just go to YouTube and show Torvalds MIT. And I'm going to kill the audio. Or will the audio play? Audio should play actually. Let's just select this one. Not influence. Is it the one? That looks like the one. Torvalds NVIDIA. So he's like basically talking about NVIDIA who have closed source drivers and he is like so rude.
Short backstory on so to explain my question is like I got myself 2 years ago a laptop that had
so just to give some pretext, if you get a laptop and you install NVIDIA, things used to be pretty bad, and I think they still are to a certain extent.
Graphic cards. It had an Intel and an NVIDIA, and it had the famous Optimus chip that was difficult to operate from Linux. And I saw at the beginning, I was like expecting to get support at some point.
And yeah, it's just to stop again. It's very painful for everybody who uses Linux and NVIDIA. So you can see that everybody in the audience are cheering, but then that's fine. But then if a newbie makes a mistake or someone says something he doesn't like, he just totally rips them apart.
And it was kind of difficult at the beginning.
Which is
and
what I don't like.
Full support came something like a half a year ago with one project that's on GitHub that's working pretty nice.
Mm-hmm.
But
what?
But what I saw that at some point I was kind of expecting that maybe NVIDIA would kind of chip in and do something for it. And they said flat out, no, we're not doing any support. And I was like, well, we're playing in the same sandbox. Why can't we be nice to each other? It's like things like this that we cannot have the hardware producers think about the other stuff as well. But they're like hard set on that you cannot really cooperate with them on this. It's like what's your comment on this?
What's your comment? This is the fun part.
I know exactly what you're talking about, and I'm very happy to say that it's the exception rather than the rule. And I'm also happy to very publicly point out that NVIDIA has been one of the worst trouble spots we've had with hardware manufacturers. And that is really sad because NVIDIA tries to sell chips, a lot of chips into the Android market. And NVIDIA has been the single worst company we've ever dealt with.
Yeah.
So NVIDIA, fuck you.
Yeah, it's a nice publicity stunt and everybody like cheers for him. He does that to everybody who tries to help with the kernel dev as well. And that's where I think things are kind of wrong. And this is a really cool TED talk. Yeah, it's very interesting. And I mean, he's very humble about the stuff he does in that sense. But I think he's just that. The thing is, he doesn't truffer. What's truffer? So tired. He doesn't suffer fools gladly. And I guess when you get to that level, I guess it rubs off on you. I guess ego issues and all that. So hang on. So I'm now. I didn't go to the machine. I didn't reboot. I'm going to see if I can still log in. Most people prefer certainty to truth. Very true. This is called Mocow. It's a thing I have in my machine. So every time I start a new terminal, I have an interesting quote for the day. Some are like weird, some are poems, some are historical. Right, so each time you launch one, you get to see a different message. Some are really long. Maybe my wife was immature. I'll be home to bad issue. Comment and sync my votes. What? Okay, my mind is probably not in the gutter to understand that one. Let us never negotiate for this. Never fear to negotiate. That's a nice one. That's a nice one. I'll leave it up there, but that's pretty cool. Okay. Let's now try an SSH into that's interesting. One in French. I need to see what that means actually. I'm getting sidetracked here, aren't I? NVR. Let's just leave that while I try to translate that on Google Translate. Oh wow, so interesting. I didn't realize that SSH works. Weird. I must have done something weird last time around then. Because I haven't really SSH into this machine much. What I do is every month, I just log in and I wipe all the backups of the to clear space on the 4 terabyte mirror of all the the videos, sorry, the webcam feeds. All things are set already, but if you want to start again. That's interesting. I'm gonna send this to a friend. But I think he might appreciate it more than I do. Sorry, take it off screen. Let's move this window. I'm gonna get a screenshot and send this to him. I can do a. Yeah, I can do a thingy bob. That'll be interesting. Okay, there we go. I got a screenshot. Cool. So now we're in the box. Now let me see. I'm gonna move the ping because the ping is working. I don't need that anymore. I can close it out. Let's leave it. So let's check it out. Let's just start. So what I do now what I do is I always start a new TMUX session. And I like to name it something. So let's call it NVR. Let's call it driver, because I'm setting up the drivers now. So if I do NVIDIA SMI, it's going to be like there's no such command. The driver's not installed. Fine. Let's just find out what kernel we're on. 440.12. I think that looks right. LSB. Yes, it got upgraded to .3. Okay, that looks alright. I can just verify by splitting the screen and just switching into root. And what I want to do is just verify very quickly apt-get update and just see there should be no more updates, I guess. I can just do upgrade. It should just say, oh, there's no more to do. Okay, cool. So I can kill. I can kill that one. Oops. Yep. Okay. Now let's do the other parts. So I need to go get NVIDIA Linux drivers, and I'm going to download the drivers from. Yeah, I think that might be it. So we want the long-lived branch, short-lived branch. Okay, I'm going to access my other box. So this is my Threadripper build. It's still running, so this is a more messy screen, but it's because it's mining at the moment. I've got stats running. So I'm just going to jump to a new pane on the Baldwin Ripper. And I just want to check NVIDIA SMI. So what version? We're running 38469. Okay. So 38469, that's kind of old one. So I guess this is a short-lived branch. This I can't remember. This is the 390. It's been a while. Let's try this one. So download. Unfortunately, this gives me a horrible link. Does it? Okay, agree and download. Let's give me the link. Okay, we got it. I can copy this. Okay, copy link address. Okay, let's see. CD opt mkdir. I can say upgrade. NVIDIA drivers. When? Permission denied. Ooh. Okay. I need to do sudo mkdir NVIDIA drivers. These my password. Okay. What? Okay. Right. Now the issue is going to be that's in the wrong. Okay, fine. So what I need to do is I need to switch to sudo chown. Meaning mdsilva -r basically I'm giving everything in opt permissions to my account. So now if I go around, you can see on the left hand side here, what was root only is now MD Silva also. So as MD Silva, I can now do the command I did before. Oh, I had NVIDIA drivers. So I can just do CD NVIDIA drivers. Oops. And I've got clear screen. I can just do pwd where in that folder nothing inside. I can do wget and get me this file. So now it's downloaded the file, right? And as you can see, this is my basic workflow, guys, right? I rarely ever use. I mean, I don't. When I'm working or doing this stuff, I don't need the mouse as such. I mean, the mouse is mostly to like play YouTube and all that other stuff. Or in another sense, I don't need to be on a desktop with Windows. I could just have this running full screen. Like this could be all you see on a computer, like those days in DOS, whatever, and I could still get around fine. And that's the thing. So if you're trying to learn to use Linux and advance your skills to the point that you want to get a job as a system administrator, someone who's going to pass interviews, and you just want to excel at this part, which falls under Linux system administration, I think is the basic title for it, or basic Linux skill. Now this would not be a 100. It might. All the stuff I'm doing now probably falls under a 200 or 300 category. Linux course, I guess, if you do one. And the whole point is what you should do is try and just not use a mouse. So what I would suggest for anyone who wants to learn, install Ubuntu on your laptop, but install the server version, the LTS server version without a desktop. So don't even log. So when you boot up that version, there is no Windows system. You can't use a mouse. You just get a prompt. I can demo that on my Zen server stack in another video because I have to switch to my Fedora box because with the ball and ripper because wow, that's kind of slow. That is really kind of slow because let's log into my router. So ZCash UBNT 10001. Okay. Slurm when. Why is it crawling? Why is it so slow? Because now if I would like load up YouTube and play something, I would feel the audio probably, right? Let's just say fill the audio. This will spike up. Wow, so see my link is not slow. It's just that the server is grabbing it from it's pretty slow. That's like 8 megabytes per second, so yeah. Yep, it's not my link. It's not my link. It's a shame that I can't share music, like free music, because if I do that, this video will lose monetization. Of course, what YouTubers do is they go and they'll buy audio online that has free licenses and stuff. What is this? Nothing. I got some interesting stuff on the computer on the geek side to watch. I know. So I know. We can watch a funny one. I don't think this one should do that. It's Kyle Bitwit. It's a funny one because he does these skits which are really, really funny. This is not a skit. This is an actual accident. So I'm just killing time for this download. So he's going on acting all. He was being actually pretty honest. I mean, this is not fake at all.
It's gotta be a game where like everyone's slowly.
Where's my remote?
Cap port here. Puts it right up to their eye.
Yeah, right up to the eye.
It's like Russian roulette. Wow. Ah! Oh my god! Oh!
Oh my god, yep. Yep. That reaction is pretty priceless. And now I'm going to give you some context. So these are two guys who they both have their own channels, but they're like best mates. And he's Paul, he's Kyle. Oops, sorry, I'm pointing two things are off screen. Sorry about that. Yes, these two guys. So he's Paul, he's Kyle. They have their own channel. So he's Bitwit, he's Paul's Hardware. So if you're new to computing, tech, and all that stuff, and you want to have like a very beginner approach to building a PC, not very techy, not really boring tech news. I mean, what I would find interesting would be boring to you, right? And they are worth following because they keep up to date with like the latest processors, the latest GPUs, and they kind of market to the gaming crowd. And they do a lot of stuff on like how to build a PC, and what they really do is they build PCs very regularly, and then they price them different, like one that's very expensive, one that's affordable, one that's really really cheap, and that's really good because it lets people of all sorts, whether you're 12 years old and you're building up a gaming rig, like you're selling papers and okay, I understand. Nowadays kids don't cycle around selling papers, but you get what I mean. They can do odd jobs and try to build themselves a PC. And then there are people like me who kind of like spend all the money on office equipment, right? Office equipment. Yeah. And so this is a really good channel. And this guy, he's normally very chill. Like he's never laughed like this ever, and I've been watching them for about 2+ years. So this reaction is like totally not normal for Paul.
And we're gonna watch right now.
And he hadn't seen it before. So it's like the hardest he's ever laughed on the stream at least. And I guess it's kind of like how I dropped the server yesterday. Not as funny probably, but I dropped the server, so it literally fell backwards. Go on YouTube and watch the recap. I was being silly, but so the one I want to show you guys is about the whole mining thing. And he does a really really funny one. That's actually done pretty well. He's done it with his wife. And
that's when I said, "You don't have enough pins for that socket."
And it's totally geeky and not,
Oh, this is great. I'm really glad you asked me out.
Well, it's not every day that you meet a pretty girl who's also into technology.
It's all about mining.
Now, who would have thought that you would pick up girls at Micro Center?
Especially once it's
like a PC store.
Not that I've forgiven you yet for snagging the last GTX1070 in the whole store. I was so looking forward to playing PUBG and having
gaming and graphics cards. So he's a gamer and she's a miner.
And I'm so looking forward to mining some Bitcoin when I get home.
Okay, and that's a mistake. First of all, you can't mine. Well, you can't mine Bitcoin on graphics cards anymore. There's a whole spiel about that. But so the idea here is she's a miner, he's a gamer, and she just basically triggered him on like she basically brought up the point that it's a no-go for him.
I'm sorry. Did you say mining?
Yeah? What did you think I was going to do with all those cards?
No wonder you bought 20 of them.
Yeah, you can't buy 20 of them now. No.
Is there an issue?
Yes, of course there's an issue. Okay? Micro Center won't have another batch of GPUs for weeks. And they'll have tripled in price by then. Oh my god. I'm going to have to game on integrated graphics for the rest of my life. How could you do this to me?
It wasn't personal, okay? I'm saving money for law school, and waiting tables only go so far. Fighting for justice isn't cheap.
Law school?
You speak of justice. What about the gamers? How are little John and little Timmy supposed to afford to build their next gaming PC when you and your people are snatching up all the GPU supply and inflating the prices?
First of all, little John,
he might game.
This is so funny. At the end,
Would
he's
you
like,
care for more wine?
he's like that, and
Is it coil wine?
He's tied by
Because
this.
if it is, she's already got plenty of that at home.
He has a really good accent.
Yes, I do. He might want some more, though, because all he does is wine.
I'm fine with water.
Oh, cracking wine.
Okay.
just price it.
Look, I understand.
And I guess
why
you can
you're
see that
upset.
because he's not
I
a
really
white
do.
person. I mean, that's
And the crypto bubble may pop any day now, but even when it does, there's still a chance that mining is here to stay. And to be honest, I don't think it's fair for one group of people to call dibs on a product that's sold in an open market.
what is this right now?
You're right. You're right. I'm sorry that I've been projecting my feelings towards the situation onto you. It just sucks.
I know. Hey, I know it's not a new GPU, but let me make it up to you by getting dinner.
No.
Yes! Don't fight me on this.
Okay.
And this
Besides,
is like a funny
I
twist
probably didn't know
because,
when you-
yeah.
All right. Don't push it.
Alright, I have to use the ladies' room, so if the waiter comes by, it's a red card. Don't look at my photo ID or I'll kill you.
Yeah, I didn't understand this initially. That it later dawned on me what that whole setup was about. Oh, that's kind of funny. Because that's really what's happening. A lot of young people who are now mining. There are like 10-year-olds who made millions in Bitcoin.
2002.
Yep. That's a nice pun as well.
She's a minor. Oh.
I see. And then, okay, so she's basically 16, and that's why the lollipop is there. So it's really funny.
Look what I found. Did you know that they accept Bitcoin here?
Yeah, it's done really well. Okay. 97. So we're very close to getting the driver on. It's crazy. I've got like a 12 megabyte per second connection and I got slowed down a little bit. Oh well, sorry guys. Anyways, it's only been 32 minutes. Hey James, hey Sumedar, shout out to you guys. Hey Nigel. You want but you know things I thought you want to connect Pasios, right? About the Pasio. And oh, there we go. So we can get the show on the road. So we have the file. Now I just downloaded it off the web, right? But that means I can't really do much with it because look at the permissions are wrong. It's read write for me, the user, read write for the group I'm in, and read for other users. So that's pretty standard permissions. So I'm just going to do ch mod plus x whoops. So what this does is I'm basically saying it should be green. Yeah, I'm just making it full perms. Read write execute. So now I can do that, which is what I want to do. So I'm basically I can run the script, run the installer, and so 390.20. That's not nice. Okay, so tmux does something weird. Error must be yep, run as root. Okay. Now this is a bit of a pain to do in tmux. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to stop this, and I'm just going to SSH without being in tmux. I need to figure out how to clean it up. Right? So it's going to be cd opt NVIDIA drivers. I'm going to be quick about this. So sudo NVIDIA it'll need my password. Okay, let's do it quickly, and this should now render differently because I'm running tmux. I'm sure we'll read it. Maybe not. Wishful thinking on my part. What is it? Okay, this is a bit difficult, so I'm just going to copy this bit and try and read on the other screen. I can just like paste it into a text file and just read with the color scheme. It's just off, pretty off. So what does it say? Whoops. Hang on. Why is it not copying my stuff? Okay. Paste. Oh, here we go. Alright, you seem to be running an X server before. Oh, that makes sense. I need to kill X. Right. Oops. Okay, so I need to kill X. Right, so let's do ps aux rec x11 xor. So we have one process there, light DM. So that's the thing. So what I can do, let's try to test this out. This is going to be a pretty cool learning curve. So I'm going to launch VNC again. I'm going to log into the VNC thing. Wrong one. Wait, what? Fine. That's okay. Because I didn't walk over and physically log in with the keyboard, I can't access them. Anyway, I'm going to do the system. Let's clear the screen. And I need to jump into another split pane. Do I have root already here? Let's just jump and let's just multitask. So I want to do system. Sorry, I frown a lot when I'm configuring server system. CTL status light DM. So it's running. There we go. That's the. Sorry, I'm killing stuff. So I want to stop that. So this should kill the Xfino system, right? If I come back here and we do that again, I just copy pasted this, and we should see it should say something else this time. Oh, there we go. So now that's what I'll just accept his usual stuff. This says something about 64 bits, I think. Failed? Oh, interesting. Continue. I hope if he dies, that will be problematic. That will be problematic. I'm going to pull one GPU. I hope I don't have to pull a GPU out to install it. Yeah, I could have done it before I did the. Oh boy. Okay. Right, that looks good. This is the usual thing. Usual spiel. Do you. Right, that's okay. Don't really care. As long as you don't error after this step. Come on. Okay. Oh yes, this is good. Okay, so I think we are making good progress here. Yes, I want you to update my X file. Yes. And then it says, right. Brilliant, brilliant, brilliant. Awesome. So that is very good. Now comes the mining part of this, right? Before I reboot. So let me pull my logs. I have a file for 1070. Nope, mining. Here we go. 1070. Leave. Is this a file? Here we go. So I need option cool bits. No, I know. I won't use that. I just use my other reference point. Far easier. Far easier. What's the file? I need to edit X11 on conflict. I need to do X11 xor.conf, and I want cool bits 31. Interesting. So it's section device. So under device, so each device I need to have this. Okay, copy that. Right. I'm basically copying the config from a Threadripper box, and I can do the same thing here. X11 xor.conf, and then I should have two cards really, but oh, hang on, that's not gonna work. I need to do some more magic. Do we have the tool? We do. It's working. Cool. That's really good progress. Okay. So let me just quickly fire up another quick notepad. I just want to make sure I copy that command because we need that later on. Let's leave that up there. Okay. So I added two cards to the miner, to the NVR, which is now a multi-purpose rig. It does the secondary cameras, and it's going to do the mining. So it's showing both cards. Slot 1 is the 1080. So in computing, 0 is 1, and you can convert things from 0. 1 is the 1070. And I can tune these separately, but what I need to do is run this command. first, which is this puppy, which will do that. Da, da, da. Oh, thought as much. It needs to be sudo. Needs to be sudo. Right, brilliant. So now I can do the earlier command, which is to edit it now. Because what does it? It adds sections. Here we go. For each card. So each device, right? So basically what I want to do is add the option for each device. So what I'm doing basically here, to explain why I'm doing this, which is probably more important to you guys, is that this flag basically lets me overclock, underclock, overvolt. Well, no, overvolt you have to make 32. So there are different levels. You can do 24, 28. 31 lets me overclock, underclock, and do fan control. I don't need to play around with voltage directly, and it needs to be set before you reboot your system. So one for 1070, one for the 1080, and we're good to go. Yep, that's good. So let's save that. All saved. I'm just going to just double check that the file. I can actually do a cool trick. Grep. Cool. Output is not true. Oh, yep, that's bad. That's bad. Hang on. My bad. Wrong command. Yes, we cat. There we go. So cool. So that's it's persisted, right? So we did the install. Now I think it's time just to reboot the box one more time. So since this is not okay, I'm killing this connection, right? And I'm going to do the ping command again. So we see it's live. Go back here. I'm root. I can now reboot the box, and then we should lose connection on the ping command when it does the reboot. Yep, there we go. It's rebooting. It's rebooting. Hey Kevin, nice to see you online, dude. Hey Kanishkar, how are you, bro? Yeah, another person I need to meet up with. Oh my gosh. Okay, I'm gonna message you right now because that's the only thing I'm gonna do. I'm gonna email everybody, like message everybody personally, and be like, hey, send me your Gmail email, and I'm gonna put you on my calendar because there's no other way it's gonna happen. Kanishkar, hey, bro, send me Gmail address, please. So what I mean by Gmail is whatever you use for Google accounts, because I use Google Calendar. Oh, it's rebooted. It's rebooted, so that's nice. So let's log back in. Okay, so now we should have NVIDIA SMI, right? That looks very nice. Now let's do some interesting stuff. So let's go back to Ops, and I'm going to set up a folder called MTDIR mining. Hang on. Yeah, okay. MTDIR mining. And now I'm just going to kill the other one. We don't need that anymore. So, and also I'll just do a tmux system. Tmux neo miner. Cool. So we have mining. Now what I'm going to do is, I'm first going to do the -L. Could not open. That's interesting. Okay, SSH agent. Oh no, eval SSH agent -S. I think. There we go. So now so this is a command that lets you kick off the SSH agent. It's kind of like a wallet that holds your SSH keys, and I just need to do SSH add. I don't want to expose this on a live stream, but we'll try and not make mistakes. ID RSA. What? Hang on. ls-la cat grep. Oh, so I don't have any keys on this machine. Oh, that's going to be a total pain. Okay, so sorry guys, hang on. I need to do this on another window so I don't expose stuff. So, 1 moment while I do that. So, actually I'm going to leave this one here and just spawn a new one. Is this still running? Oh, that's the other machine. That's the other machine, so I can actually copy it off that machine. We'll see what the easiest way to do this is. Yeah, I think I'm going to use my ball and rig to do it, because that's probably easier. I can SSH and copy it across. So, alright, I got my key there, so I can dig NVR. Cool, that works. I can do SSH NVR. No, I can do SCP. So I'm using SCP to copy the key across. SCP SSH, and the key is what? ID _ RSA. No. Typo. Memory. The public key, right? Yeah. Oh, I need to do both. I need to copy both. Yes. From there to NVR, and it's going to be home folder, home, and the Silva.sh. Triggering the bell. Okay, let's see if this works. Yes. No such file. Oh, right. Okay. Oh, yeah, my bad. Continue up. Cool. 2 files have copied that thing. Oh, wait, hang on. Oh, that was the top file. Right. The public key and the private key have been done. So now all I need to do is go back to SSH, add .ssh, IDRSA primary. Yes. Cool. So my key is now loaded, so I can just check my key without exposing to either. One key is loaded. That's fair enough. This is a public thing. I'm not exposing to it. You can't do anything by just seeing that, right? So why I need that is because I need to grab a pack. I need to grab some stuff off my repo. So what I've done is I basically hang on, let's look it up. Let's look up the easiest way. So I've got this script here, right? And what I can do is I can do cat git config grep URL. There you go. So I keep copies of all my configs in. Usually I use Bitbucket a lot, so I can just do the git log, and you can see the history of all the things I've made to it. That's all right. What I'm going to do now is actually, so this is going to be an interesting branch because I need to have multiple scripts because I'll put it this, the script's going to be running 2 different cards, so we'll see how this goes. And I might just make it a separate repo for 1070, 1080 combo. So now I'm going to be showing you some. So what I'm doing here falls under the umbrella of development, because a normal person would just copy files across with like using a mouse into a folder, make changes, and blah blah. I'm using coding practices, and I'm going to show you how it works. Now the thing is, what's the time here? It's 9:20, and I will be starting work in. Okay, let's keep the clock up as well. I start work around 11 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, and I basically missed work yesterday. I totally passed out. I got a pretty cool team, but I can't take advantage of their kindness as well. So today I have lots to do, but I'm not tired. I'm really amped up because I've got a really cool weekend ahead playing with Predator stuff. So it's giving me loads of energy. Right, so I'm cloning the repo. Yes, I do. I hope clone works because that's key. Yes, right, that key is my current key now. So now I just basically pulled that repo from the cloud, right? and I'm going to move into this folder, and I'm going to check. Okay, now this is the thing. I usually have aliases for Git, but on this machine I don't. So I'm on the Git branch. I'm on the master branch. There are multiple other branches. There's a GTX1080 branch. I can just type Git branch here. It's on master as well. So that's interesting. So there should be the GTX1080 tie stuff on this. Yep. So when I'll be type. I use aliases, so bear with me. I do Git diff. Oh no, Git log. Sorry. Further updates. Okay, right. So the alias is git log pretty one line, I think. One line. Yeah, and you can do a brev commit. A brev. Oh, I need to check my aliases. Hold on, sorry about that, guys. I need to open up my local and look at my aliases. So when git. Git. What are my aliases? I actually have all my stuff publicly on GitHub as well. So actually I can show that to you rather than playing this file. Can I play this file? Is there anything I can't show publicly? That looks fine. Actually this looks pretty fine. I don't think there's anything here that is dangerous to share. Yeah, that looks fine totally. So just double checking one moment. Yep. So this is my alias config. It's on my GitHub. So I typed in the wrong pretty format. Oh, sorry, it's a brev dash commit. There you go. And then you can do graph as well. And then what else can you do? Graph video. That's pretty handy. Oh, and short step. That's another nice one. So when you have the what you call aliases in there, you can no, I don't need short step. It's much quicker. So anyway, so I'll just keep this command on hand, right? I can just bug out of that for the time being. So let's just keep this in like a running notepad. So we're on the right branch now. So let's get cracking. Clear the screen. What do we have in the file? Okay. So I can use a desktop editor to do this, right? But I'm going to stay on this. I want this video to be more about how to improve your server-side skills. So I'm going to not even leave the key, not even touch the mouse. I'm going to use Vim. And the thing with Vim is I use Janus, which is kind of like training wheels. So I'm pretty horrid with Nerd Tree. But let's at least look at reduce power limit. Oh, hang on. If we do that, we can create a new thingy, right? So mining. I'm going to go back to the repo. I'm actually going to. Yeah, let's keep the same repo. I don't think I'm going to bother setting up a different one. Let's just do a new git checkout. So it's git checkout -b, and I'm going to call it NVR GTX1070 GTX1080. Right. Which is alright. Also, I tend to use a certain namespacing, so I'll just call it whip. Which means work in progress. I like namespace my stuff. And I can just do bridge branch A, and now we have a new branch, and I'm on this new branch, so whatever I had on the other one is there, I can always go back to it. So that's good. So I'm going to swap back to editor. Cool. Now, the thing here is, oh yes, let's split our screen. NVIDIA SMI. Now, this is an interesting script, but the thing is, once I have time to play with it, I can improve it much more. I don't think I have time to do it on screen right now, because what I would like to do is just set up a loop, have an array of 0, 1, and then just loop over the configs for each card. That way the script will be cleaner. But for now, I'm just going to take the ghetto approach, I think. No, let's not do that. Let's leave it the way it is. So this is a 1080 Ti, right? Now I'm just trying to remember what my overclocking settings are for the 1080. Yeah, drop it by 10. Oh, I remember. Okay, got it. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to do the ghetto approach, which is, watch this. So MV reduce power limit, ZCash to reduce power limit. I'll say GTX1080 Ti, right? And then I'm going to copy that file. I'm going to make it GTX1080. 1080. Okay. Destination. Oh boy, hang on. Wrong. Okay. Then you have to basically replace the whole thing again, and then make it all the way around. Sorry, my bad. GTX1080. Right. So now we have one file there, and then I can just copy that as well. GTX1080 to 1070. So this is going to be easy after that because. Oh, same mistake. What are you doing, Mike? Okay, we'll leave that one. And then just do reduce limit underscore. Right, that should do it. Okay. So now all you need to do is rem reduce power limit underscore GTX 1070, and let's plug in the 70 settings, right? So using my log, my progress log for how I went about all this. For the 1070, what are my settings? My ideal settings for 1070 were, I can look up a bit, but the repo has another branch for that, right? So it's called ZEC minor. ZEC nuts minor. So Bitbucket has a nice GUI as well. So you can just look at your branches, commits, right? So this is like the same thing here. This is like a prettier way of doing it. So do the 1070. I can go to the 1070 branch, right? And I will see the source. So when I was on 1070, what was my config? So my config was I can drop to 125, 100, 140, and transfer. So there we go. So I just need to plug this in, right? So let's do that. Let's make this video smaller. So live stream. Nudity not allowed on the live stream. My family is a bunch of nudists. Sorry about that. Yeah, I think my dad was a nudist. I'm still not so sure about this, but my mom got it. She's like likes to. Yeah, I shouldn't be saying this stuff on stream, but it's so inappropriate. But I can't help it. Can't help it. I just have to like warn them, not like just like walk into the stream. I'm like that's gonna be like no. Okay. So we have 1070 stuff plugged in. Power limit. Yeah, it does all the cool stuff. So it's a pretty clean script. It does everything it needs to do, right? So now I'm going to save this first, and I'm going to do the other one as well. 1080. Just to make it so I need power limit to be. Well, that's hard because no, it's right. You set the wattage, right? So on the hang on, I need to bring up my Windows box. It's running. Oh, wrong card. It used to do 140 watts. Okay, let's try 140 watts because. Well, hang on. Does that make sense? GTX 1080, ZOTAC, founders. I want to see what the power draw is on this card. So I think 140 is safe. You basically want to do around 80% of its rated spec. Jeez, I don't want the crappy stuff. I want specifications. Okay, here we go. So it is a 180 watt, right? So 0.8 in 180, 140-ish. There you go. It's perfect. So right, so we want 140 watts. I'll set 140. Clock 100 is fine. And I can't remember more. I was able to push the memory quite a bit. I think I could do 400. And then fan, okay, the fan speed on that, we'll have to see, because we can see how 80 is pretty high, right? Let's leave it at 70, because the thing, the faster you do, this is going to run 24/7. The first thing to fail on these cards, you can guess, is the fan. Of course, if the fan fails, I can just put a water cooling loop in, or buy a working fan on eBay maybe. Maybe not. I'm sure the miners have dominated that market as well, right? So that should be fine then. Okay. Now we might have. Hang on. GPU. All right. We have some issues. Now the 1080 is what card? GPU 0. Fine. Oh boy. Right. So we need to do some changes here, because now we've got a double GPU system. Yeah, this is not going to work completely. So we want to change this line. We want to be like this. Oh, hang on. Fan speed, right? This might not work completely, because it's going to do 670 and the other one. Okay, let's try something. I need to come back and revise this script, because if I said 70, okay, because this one is a global, the other line's a global command. I'll come back and figure it out later on. So we'll leave this one 70 as well. I don't want one overriding the other one, so both cards will be running at 70. That's fair enough. But the 1070, if you look carefully on this list here, is GPU 1. So I need to go here, change the ID here to 1 as well, because I don't want to change the 1080 to 125, right? And then I want to also make this a 1 and make this a 1, right? So I can say, I can put a command, I can just say, let's do this, I can say echo reducing, wait, let's say I can say mining underclocking for ZOTAC. EVGA, what's it called? GTX1070, superclocked, black. Oh, it's called SC black, really. SC black, right? Oops, and it's a 1070. What am I doing? 70. Okay. Let's double check 111. That looks good. Okay, I want to just save this. Let's just save that. And then let's modify for the 1080. And this is going to be a different card. ZOTAC, GTX 1080 founders. And when I say blower, it's a blower style card. And we should also add a space, which would be nice. Let's do the same thing here. Let's add another space. Okay. So now I think we should be ready to go. So now what I want to do is I want to keep this comparison so you guys can easily refer this thing differently. Let's move this off screen, because that's the ball-in ripper, and let's not mess with that. Let's SSH NDR. Okay, clear screen. What I'm doing now is I'm going to keep this as a reference at the bottom, right? So you can see what the original values are before I run a script. So let's move this down here. Okay. Actually, I can just yeah, fine. Let me kill the bottom pane, right? Let's make that window smaller. Cool. And now here I'm just going to do NVIDIA SMI. So we have our defaults. Now what I want to do is I want to just let's do this. Let's set up the 1070 first. So true 1070. This should be. Oh, and I need a pseudo as well. I hope this works. And control on. I knew it's gonna happen. Control display. This happens to me because I'm remote. But did. Oh, it worked. So some stuff didn't work. Memory. Wait. Hang on. Some stuff worked, some stuff didn't, right? Failed to connect. So the memory offset didn't work. The clock stuff didn't work. The fan stuff didn't work. But this. So the power limit stuff worked. The memory stuff didn't work. Okay, fine. Now that's interesting because there are some other things I can do to the script, and this is because I'm logged in remotely. Yes, it's missing. It's missing. It's this stuff. I need to have -CO. Oops. Oh, hang on. Technical difficulties. Sorry about that, guys. Okay, C. Okay, now I remember. It's coming back to me. It's all. Hang on. What am I doing? Sorry. It's all coming back to me now. Okay. Right. C. Okay, I can actually copy this. Let's copy this. Yank. Paste. Okay. I think that should do it. Let's go back and try that one more time then. So I want to write one more time. So this time it shouldn't. It needs a magic cookie. I remember running into this. Interesting. A magic cookie. Oh, right. I remember. Hang on. Here we go. It's all up on the screen. It's all up on the screen. It was a magic cookie. Do we have a user 42? ls run user. Oh. So MD Silva is 1000, I think. Yeah, because 108 sounds like a yeah. So what do you want? You want this line here? We want the X authority line, and we want to use 1000. Oops, no. Edit it. Thank you. Let's try that. So this is a interesting. Oops, daisy. This is an interesting addition. What am I doing? Sorry guys, I forgot to copy it from here. So I'm here jumping from Mac to Linux. Things change a wee bit. Okay. Now I need to change this to the UID. So I can just say UID tab up 1000. That's easier, and then I can make this a variable in the bash script. That's nicer. Let's just quickly save that before I mess things up again. And let's just grab this whole section, yank, paste. Okay, I think that should do the trick. So let's clear again. Let's run it one more time. Oops, not that. Sudo, right. Email option. Executor device. That. Oh, Joe, it's sorry. What am I doing, guys? This is the environment flag. Jeez, Louise, I'm losing my marbles today. Embarrassing. Right. Okay, so delete. Go back. Yeah, I think my lack of sleep is starting to really show. I basically did 40 hours yesterday. I only slept from 4 a.m. Yeah, 4 a.m. to about 11, I think, ish, or from about 5 a.m. And then, yeah, I need more sleep for sure, but I think I'm able to function today. But I think my attention to detail is lacking. And also, it's like I'm not working on the screen here. I'm like just sitting and trying to, and the screen's like far back. I'm not making excuses, but I'm sucking today. So just double check, right? That makes sense. I may have to pass a display flag as well. And really, then that doesn't make sense because I could just do set the end varg in the bash script. I need to put it per command really. So yeah, it's a poor bash script. Pretty crappy. So let's try it again. Oh, here we go. Unable to find this. Right, very good. As I thought. So let's do it this way. Export display. I can't remember. Double check this. What is set? I can't remember. Bash script export and run. Pretty too fuzzy. I think you should export, right? Yeah, I think export. I think export debug. Yeah, that's what I need. Yep. To subshells. Oh, to subshells, right. Yeah, it's in subshells, right. Okay. Yep, no, that's the other way around. That's only for subshells. I thought as much. Let's do the other way. Let's do the good old fashioned way. Display. So this is kind of like replicating the same command / the -t. I need to clean up this file later on. But the cool thing is I can refactor anytime I want. And it's easier to refactor, I personally, on a desktop, on a development system than remote server. But then you can have a proper editor, meaning nothing wrong against guys who use Vim or Emacs as a proper editor, it's just that I right now prefer using Visual Studio Code, Visual whatever. That looks okay. That looks okay, I think. Okay. Falling asleep here, guys. Let's try. Unable to find display on any available system? What? No protocols. Very fine. Okay, that's interesting. Fine. So let's leave it different now. So basically, the improvement part isn't entirely working, but I think the core of it is that I want to change the power limit, right? So without wasting too much time, I'm going to check the 1080 file. And what was the power limit line? Power limit 140. I just need this, right? Let's just do that, and let's just be done with the scripts for now because it's going to expand this into a longer than it needs to be. So 140. So right now it says 180 here, and that's fine. That should drop to 140. Yep, you see, I keep forgetting stuff. All done, cool. So now that's clear. NVIDIA SMI. Yay! So at least we got something working today. I can figure out why my remote thing is working. It works fine on Volume Ripper, so I mean I can double check the scripts on. Oh, that's a good idea actually. I can double check the script on the Volume Ripper. I have. Oh, look at that! I got two different scripts. One for local and one for remote. So let's see if I did differently on reduced power remote. Because on this one it doesn't complain about the. See, that's so weird. That just works without any of the other stuff. That is so strange. Okay. Hang on. Well, one thing I can say is this is Fedora, and this is not using like DM. That's interesting. Run user. I don't think. Hang on. That might be the reason. Let's run. Oh, 42. Ah. I wonder. 1070. No, I want to win it on 80. I did 1000, right? Okay. LS or run user. So I'm using the MD Silva 108. Who's 108? Vim EC group. Who the heck is 108? 100. There you go, syslog. Huh, interesting. That's weird as heck. Okay. Let's just try this. I'm trying one more time because it makes sense. It's not a user who's my user, but okay. Let's try it one last time, and if this doesn't work, we just move on. Okay. Yeah, but that's fine. We've got the important stuff going, right? So let's move on to the final part of today's thingy bones. Clear screen. Let's move the volume thing out of the way, and then let's look at the mining script. Where mine? So this is the important part. So there's no problem exposing any of this stuff. My wallet being public is no problem because you can't do jack with it. I'm going to call it NVR. So what does this thing do, right? I'm basically telling it to mine on the EU ZCash 5-volt server. I'm giving it my wallet. I'm saying to you, Celsius, shut down if any of the cards go over 79, and don't give the developer any money. If you these guys are smart. There's a thing called Claymore. If you use that, you get more features, but that guy has basically baked in stuff to take part of the money. But this one, and that's why I use this one as well, it's harder to get running. You have to I basically compile it from source, compiling CC. My eyes are closing, right? I need more coffee. Sorry, guys. But yeah, let's get it going. So what I want to do here very quickly is I want to do a couple things. I want to have NVIDIA SMI running here, so you can see the now before it's running, and I want to just run it now. So let's just run it, and let's get the show on the road. Now the miner is running. Wow, it's loading both cards up. Woohoo! And then, oh, this is brilliant. Brilliant on live stream. Come on, you can do it. It's loading, so now what it's doing is loading all the stuff into the CUDA memory. So if I were to, nope. And now if I did NVIDIA SMI and drag this window further, so that, look at that. So let's compare. Miner wasn't running. Oh, that's brilliant. Miner wasn't running, right? Fan was 25. Now the only bad thing here, the fans are auto. So temps could be bad. But so far not too bad, 62 and 57. Oh, there we go. Uh-oh. Okay, so now the 1080, let's see whether the fan speed went up. Okay, it's increasing. But the point is, it's increasing at its default fan curve profile. So, yeah, I probably need to add more fans in that case, really. I hope this doesn't get too hot. So, guys, down here, right, is what it was before the miner started running. And just to give some ideas, this is the version of the driver. Oh, yes, Mike is sort of right. Yeah, okay, so I need to fix the fan speed thing first because the card is already crapped out at 79. Or what I can do, the easiest thing right now, I'll go take the side panel off. Because I need to take a break and prep before. And then, yeah, it'll keep it cooler, I guess, because that case is not a really good case. It's a very cheap case. And I don't think I can install half the fans inside it. But it's nice. It's not going to burn down. See, it automatically stopped the card. That is very nice. That is very nice. Oh, it's going to try to restart it. Wow, that's nice. Oh, that is really nice. I've seen this in action before. So yeah, card before mining. Only 61 megs used out of the 8 megs on each card. This shows the power draw. So on the 1080, it was 8 watts out of 140, 9 watts out of this thing, and it's basically doing nothing. All it's doing is rendering the X client on one of them. One is basically doing nothing, and still it's drawing 9 watts just to, well, be running. Because remember, 9 watts includes the power for the fans, initialization, BIOS boot up, all that stuff, right? Of course, now GPU is back, and ooh, okay, I need to run. Okay, I need to kill the miner because I don't want to kill this card. I'm going to kill the miner. So you can see 83 is pretty hot. Okay, so I'm going to take it off. So now just to give you guys a post mining picture. Let's go back. Let's take the right hand side here. So here on this screen you can see we've got the fan speed has gone up compared to what it was at the start. The temp is higher, and that, well, it was similar to, meaning this is getting hot. The 1070 is fine because the 1070 is an EVGA card. It's what's called an AIO. No, all in one, AIB, sorry, AIB partner, which is like meaning it's not a card by NVIDIA, it's by another partner, another brand. So NVIDIA sells founder style cards, below style, and so the deal is they will the partner like MSI, everybody else, ASUS, MSI, EVGA, Gigabyte, you name it, right? They basically pay NVIDIA a certain chunk of money, and NVIDIA gives them all the tech details for them to replicate the same thing. But they don't really, they basically get like a given kit, and then their engineers will build around that and design better cooling solutions for cards. The cooling, the non-water cooled, so fan cooled solution, right? Better heat sinks, better all that stuff. So the 1070 by default has better cooling out of the box compared to the founders. The difference is the AIB style with multiple fans means the heat is being pushed into the case, whereas the founder style is the blower style. It sucks it in through a single fan, and it's a closed off thing, and the heat comes out of the back of the case. So, but in this computer you got two, so the 1070 acts as an oven, and I guess the 1070 just heat warming up the case more, and it's just not a good situation. Because the mining rig is usually open air, and like fans or anything stuff, as in table fans or whatever. But then what's cool here is we can see that the power draw is held down by the limit. That's what we want. Because the whole point, I'm basically lobotomizing the power, maximum power draw to keep it efficient. And that's nice here because you can see the way I tune these cards, I'm getting a 3.7 efficiency, meaning 3.7 solutions per watt efficiency on 1080, which is pretty nice, and 3.4. So I try to keep everything around 3.5-ish, which I found works out the best. And then also what's cool here is you get to see both cards are pushed to the maximum, like they're doing 100%. But memory usage is also interesting because both the mining instances, they're two loaded, each one only loads up 600 megs. So technically, yeah, you could load multiple instances of this per GPU, but in terms of memory usage, but it still consumes all the CUDA processing power. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to leave the stream running for a sec. Let me black out the camera because I'm just going to black out that, right? So you guys can still see now, but I'll black out fully. Because I don't want nude people walking into the camera, right? And, oh, my dinner is on the table, on the chair. And then I'm just going to go remove the side panel. I'll be back. Oof. Give me a second, guys. Okay, a bit more than a second. It takes time to get off the chair. My knees are pretty much need replacing as well. like a GPU. It'd be nice if we had like arms and stuff. Let's change the lights a bit as well. Okay, I'll be back. Okay, I am back. I'm back. Right. So, let's run the miner. Where's my mouse? Miner. Okay. So miner is running. Oh, I'm back. Let's open the cam. VB Docker. I took the case side panel off. Come on. I'm gonna move the monitor out of the way a bit. Okay, actually, yeah, it's an arm. You can do weird things like put it down and all the cool stuff. But, is it high as it goes? No, that's about it. What are we doing now? Is it not overheating now? Wow. I'll be surprised if, but there's no airflow at all. That case, I just took the side panel off, has only one case fan. I forgot to install the rest of the case fans because, yeah, because it's an NVR, it has a very basic motherboard, very simple Pentium, and all it did was record the video feed, so it's doing 78, but I don't think it has maxed out. If it has maxed out, that'd be crazy. But then I would need to revisit this thing. Oh, it's doing 82. That's too much. 83. Yeah, I need to push that fan on. I need to get the fan working. Cool. It's alright. I will figure out the script thing tomorrow. I have Saturday to tweak with it. Yeah, I just wanted to be more an educational clip again on YouTube. It's pretty ad hoc, but it's like, this is something I was doing. So what I did was, again, as full disclosure to those people who are going to hate on me in the thread, I'm not a miner who mines, but I'm not a miner who mines, but I'm someone who mines. What does that mean? Okay, a miner who mines will buy GPUs and build a dedicated mining rig, right? He'll buy 10 cards, 13 cards, 20 cards, and build these crazy mining rigs. Just go on Google and type mining rig and look at images. They're basically racks, shelving racks you can buy from, if you're abroad, and most of these guys are, they'll order an Amazon Basics rack, and they'll use zip ties and hang all the cards and plug them in to motherboards, right? Now, that is what a miner does, and the way he looks at it is this is something, he's got an investment into it, the upfront cost, and his whole point is to be completely efficient, down to the penny. With the more efficient you are, the more profit you make. And then the idea is you have to ROI, return on investment. So the way you do mining is you basically calculate and plan taking difficulty, network difficulty into account. So what does that mean? Now let's say, so a while back I was just doing this for interest. So guys, this is like my interest into blockchain, smart contracts. Just stay ahead of the curve. I'm mining to keep my knowledge up front as well, right? So not only to maybe earn some Bitcoin eventually, and again, I'm not mining Bitcoin, I'm mining altcoin, and then I do forex trading. You basically just say the normal stock markets, but on the digital version. And I will do margin calls. Well, no, I will do what's the term? The exchange will margin call against me if I screw up, but I will basically short. I was short on crypto, and that's very dangerous again. That's a whole other video, right? And so basically I hedge my bets, and I will either win some or lose some, and I will convert my altcoin to Bitcoin. And Bitcoin is kind of like gold. It's now pretty general. It's pretty stable. It's doing about what, 10K per coin. I normally have this up on my screen all the time because this is the less GPU intensive version. Wow, it has dropped. Now is a good time to buy, actually. That's pretty neat. Yeah, I think next week, if things pan out the way I got a big contract coming next week, I'm going to drop at least $2,000 on Bitcoin. If it goes to, I would say, if it reaches 8.5 or even 8,000, that's not a bad price. But I won't put all on Bitcoin. I will put some in Bitcoin, some in Bitcoin Cash, and some in Ethereum. It's good to have a divested folio on this stuff. And also remember, guys, this is a gamble, right? You're basically buying nothing, but then there's a chance that you can get something. And I'm not trying to brag or say anything of the sort, but before my holiday, I basically earned about $500 in crypto. And Bitcoin went up to 19K. And because of my birthday, I decided to sell it all. My plan was to hold it for a year. That was like my plan, hold for a year. And with all the talk was that Bitcoin was going to be 100,000 by end of 2018. I don't see that happening because the market basically woke up and realized the value of cryptocurrencies is people thinking that they can make a fast buck overnight. And it's influenced by the media. So when CNN says Bitcoin is now 10,000, and then the next morning it's like, oh, Bitcoin is 12,000, it fuels itself. And what do I mean by that, right? So let's look at GTX. I love the UI because it's so much more polished. I think they're using Angular under the hood the last time I checked. And you can see how responsive it is. I hope it's probably real time feed. So when I was watching, this is stagnant, right? I was watching this. I didn't sleep again. It was Bitcoin was like about 12,000-ish. I watched it go to 19, and I watched it slump down 15. I was pretty much here the whole time. And when it went to 19, all I saw on this column right here, which you see is all red, right? It was basically completely green. People buying, and that's how it went to 19. And it's like not. And here, look, today it's all decimals, right? No, that day people were buying. Hang on, Sean, you want any food for me? Can. Nothing happened. Yeah, I'm not here. Okay, give me 2 minutes. Take something, give it from there. I'm doing this live stream. Yeah, so people are basically dropping 50, meaning 50 bitcoins. And a bitcoin is about 15. Well, it was going between $59,000 and $1,000, right? I was seeing people buy 50 coins, 200 coins, 300 coins, 500 coins, and this was just insane. And my guess it was money from India, China, all that. And it just like as they say, like a bubble. It became a bubble on that peak, and then it just drained when what was it? Coinbase or GTX said that they were going to support BCH, Bitcoin Cash. I think that was the trigger. Don't quote me on that. But so long and short is, had I held up, I would have lost a good chunk because I bought into Bitcoin at a higher value at that point. So it was a mix of what I mined. I only mined for 2.5 weeks, guys. I only mined on 2 cards. It wasn't 24/7. It was ad hoc. So why ad hoc? So if I'm not using my gaming rig, which was most of the time I'm working like crazy, I will leave it to mine. So right now, if I shake the mouse, it's mining because I'm not gaming on it. I was running benchmarks earlier to test my overclocks from yesterday's live stream, and now I got it really stable. I stopped the benchmarking and I ran the miner, so the mining will continue. But that's only for a short while, because the whole point is I don't want to kill my 1080 Ti's. I don't mind killing the two cards you see on the NVR rig, because to me these are old generations, right? 1070 is pretty old, 1080 is pretty old, and my card is over a year old as well. It has no warranty that I know. Whereas this thing has a 3-year warranty, the new one from the local company, and the EVGA for the win is a really good card as well. So I have no plans on butchering them to death. So the most I would like run them would be like maybe 10 hours, and then give them a break, and then run them again. And so but this, the concept I'm doing, them keep NVR to run. It's running 24/7. The webcams are on. Let's just double if the webcams are working. Let's double check because I didn't test that aspect. So unify. Say what? Oh, I haven't logged in. Okay, that probably makes sense. I think. Yeah, because if I haven't logged in, I think the service is running. No worries. I will go back out there, do the whole keyboard thing, and test that later on. But yeah. Oh, I lost my train of thought. That poor GPU is struggling a bit, isn't it? When you get killed, it drops to 14 watts. So yeah, that's the whole spiel on that. And so now I completely forgot where I left off, or why I got talking about the Bitcoin stuff. Oh yeah, why I'm not a miner, and that's the reason why. So there you go. It's because I'm running work systems, right? Most of my stuff here is running 20% work apart from the gaming rig. So this is more productive. If I need to cut a video for YouTube, I use this box. Even though the Threadripper is far more performant, it's got 32 cores. This has only got 12, half our virtual, but the Threadripper has other stuff to do. And the Zen server behind me has other stuff to do. The FreeNAS box is totally dedicated to storage and also running virtualization in Beehive on BSD. But so this is like the second productivity rig. Then I got my Mac, which is my main development rig, and so the Ripper is my Fedora desktop. And so that's why I don't consider myself a miner. I'm not considering the system cost. I'm only considering the power draw by the GPU, because whether I'm mining or not, or if I'm dead even, I'm kidding. These things would still be running until somebody comes and turns them off, right? I don't turn my stuff off ever. If you follow, I'll try and link. Well, if you look at my Facebook feed, you'll find that I put a link to a forum thread for the previous live stream, and in that, I'm sorry, on my Facebook wall, and also on probably on Instagram, I posted a picture of this box with all the dust inside. And you won't believe, even today I was just like coughing my guts outside, the amount of dust that the GTX1080 had accumulated. It is crazy. I had to basically, I think I spent 45 minutes with 2 dustbuster cans. Just put it this way, I would run one can till it was so cold that it just lost pressure, and it was basically ice in my hand. So I had to switch the second one till that heats up. So that's why I got a box of 6. So now I just like label print, and using the label print I've got can 1, can 2, can 3. So I know which ones to circulate. And yeah. So yeah, I'm not a miner, but I'm mining so that I can do these videos, keep it educational, maybe make a little bit on the side, who knows. I might lose it all tomorrow, who knows. It's an interest. I want to get into smart contracts, and by the way, smart contracts is a misnomer. There's nothing smart about a smart contract, because thing is this, the guys who come up with this new tech, they are basically snake oil salesmen, right? They're trying to sell people on an idea. So what's a better way to sell somebody an idea but when you name something Smart contract. Ooh, it's very smart. No, don't get fooled by that. It's basically a computer function, which is a method, right? A method or any function, a mathematical function has input arguments and outputs. Input, output, right? Shit goes in, something happens to the shit, like it becomes diarrhea, and diarrhea comes out. That is computing 101. I like that analogy actually. Food goes in and diarrhea comes out. Anyways, and so how does this work? So what is so smart about a smart contract? Nothing, right? You just apply a payload, the data, to a money transfer, which is your Ethereum, right? To a wallet. So every wallet, I believe every wallet, or it might be a common wallet. I'm not checking on the specifics, right? But I'm assuming every wallet is different for every function. I mean, they could do it the other way around, but let's assume hypothetically every function method is a different wallet address, right? So you send your currency with a payload of data to a wallet, and then the wallet will trigger the function, use the data payload, and there'll be some output action. That's all it does. So what happens is when programmers make mistakes, and by the way, the day job of a programmer is to write bugs, right? We write bugs, not code. Hacks like the DAO will happen. And that's how the guys in the DAO walked away with like 30, 50 million Ethereum coins or whatever. So, long and short, if you hear the term smart contract, you're being fooled. There's nothing smart about it. Now, smart contracts would be smart if there was machine learning, if there was AI behind it. And right now there isn't. So really, people like Vitalik Buterin, the guy who is like the face of Ethereum, he's selling something really cool. Sure, it's faster than Bitcoin. I think the network is faster, but he's selling you certain lump of garbage as well. So I kind of like diverged from the whole live demo on how to overclock or underclock and optimize a Linux rig with a GTX1080, GTX1070 for mining. And as a quick recap, what did we do? I pulled out two cards from yesterday's live stream, a GTX1080 and 1070. I installed both the cards in two different slots. The machine already had Ubuntu installed and it has been acting as my Ubiquiti NVR. I'm only running this Java program that they provide. It's a service, you can connect to it, all webcams connect to it. And that's what it's been doing for the past 6 odd months, right? And I just plugged the two cards in, I started the stream, and then I've been walking you guys through upgrading Linux from whatever old crappy version I had to the most current one. I walked you through the process of installing a NVIDIA driver, right? And then from that point onwards, I went into how to mine in Linux. And that began with tweaking each card by editing the X config file, right? So that we can change power limits and fan curves and all that stuff. The demo failed on this one, but I guarantee you it's working on the ball in AF River box. I mean, the demo failed for the fan curve and the underclocking. So the values you see here on the miner are actually less efficient than it will be once I overclock the RAM. And then I went into showing you the scripts I have. Oh yeah, I also showed you how very basic Git version control works. I actually uploaded my SSH key off screen, and then I showed you how to start a system, the agent, SSH agent, which is like a wallet for your SSH keys. Added my key to my SSH agent. I then cloned the repo I had, created a new branch, and we set about creating some scripts. One for the 1070, one for the 1080. It didn't go as smoothly as I would have because I've been sleep deprived for 40 hours. I only had about maybe 5 hours sleep. Another crazy day today. Way too many workmen in the house, driving me bonkers. I can't take noise, like I'm terribly noise sensitive, and yeah, they were hammering away. The solar guys are fine. It's the guys who were doing the kitchen work, moving with antique heirloom, well, stuff inherited from my dad, teak console tops to the pantry. There are two huge ones. We had to get like a moving company to send a team of, I think 7 guys, yeah, and they carried both of them upstairs. And since then, they were bashing things in. I had about 20 different things to do. I've basically been shopping for lots of insurance policies. A lot of the insurance policies are for work, because if you hire somebody in a company and they slip on a fish, why slip on a fish? Because Cootie, the little cat, leaves her fish all over the place. And yeah, if you slip on a fish and he cracks his skull open, not only would it be like a fish blood soup, okay, never mind. But the point is, my employee's head is cracked on the floor, right? It's granite. I need to be insured for that. And then there's something called WCI coverage. And so I'm basically learning a lot of the being new to owning a business type stuff. Like, it's not that I'm new to business, it's just I'm new to running my own official business, right? So I'm just getting advice and getting all the insurances in place. Like the professional indemnity policy that's already there, a lot of other cover. Now I have, unfortunately, the weekend I need to get fire suppression systems in place. I need to get fire alarm systems in place. I need to hire a company to sell me, I think, the fingerprint scanner thing. But I need to be something that I can manage myself, because I want all the fingerprint data to go into AWS and be part of my network, not to be like a generic product and has its own software system. No. I do everything myself, right? Security is top and bottom. I need to understand it 100%. And that's the only way I do things. Wow, I think this GPU is kind of, well, it's hitting the limit, dying, well, it's being killed. And so yeah, I'm getting some money from it, but I need to fix that fan curve. Let's just quickly see what it's doing. What's the fan? Okay, where's the mouse? What is it doing now? It's, yeah, the fan's sitting at 50%. That is way too low. That's the problem. So that's a quick recap of what I covered. I'm going to go through this video. I'm just too tired. I'm going to upload this straight to YouTube, and then maybe Sunday, Monday, I will go back and I'll bullet point all the things that I've kind of gone through pretty quickly in this 1 hour 48 live stream, 1 hour 48 minute live stream. And if you guys have been around that long, I'm like, wow, why would you be? It's kind of like a Friday, you should be out partying, having margaritas. But thanks a lot for watching. I need to wrap this up because Mom wants to share some pizza and relax and unwind from a crazy stressful day. And I need to, get prepped for work, because what time is it PST now? It is, right, it's about time, because I slept through work yesterday. Of course, I told the team, but I told them I'm going to catch up very early today and just like do all the things, and I was going to like hop up on caffeine and do multitasking, and I'll do like, here's the thing, right? Somebody can pay me to be a pleb and work 9 to 5 a whole week, or I can sleep a good while, relax, and I can do the same output of a week's worth of work in say 12, 15 hours, or even a 40-hour shift, by just getting myself into the zone. I'll be like maybe 2 or 3 Nespressos down, and I will be multitasking on 3 screens if I need to, and my brain flies. But then the issue is, at the end of that session, I can't quieten it down to go to sleep, and so then I'm like a zombie the rest of the day. So yesterday I had that problem. Like, I had not slept for 40 hours. I had Hennessy XO. I was getting cramps because I've been lifting the computers and running around and being actually way more active than I've been in a long, long time. So I'm burning calories, plus point. But I got severe cramps yesterday during the stream and off stream. And then I digress now. See, my brain does that because I'm multitasking so much for such a long time I just forget what I'm talking about as I'm talking about it. It's very annoying. So sorry about that. Something to do with, what was it now? Yeah, too tired. Oh yeah, how my brain, I can't slow it down. And so then I had the XO, I had a hot chocolate, and then I went to the room, took a wash, cleaned up, got in bed, couldn't fall asleep. I came back, I then tried to go and help some people out on the forum with issues. I watched some YouTube videos, music videos, rants. Oh yeah, I did some benchmarking again, and then I then left the computer. And I just my most therapeutic thing is cleaning. What I call cleaning up and tidying up this mess. It's just moving crap from one table to another table into a box, back to another table. So it's just crap going around this tiny room. It doesn't help. I need a bigger space. So that's what I'll be working on in the next week. And thanks for hanging around for 1 hour 50 minutes. It's been crazy. It's been awesome. And I hope someone on YouTube at least will learn something from my crazy antics. So thank you guys. I'm going to wrap this up. Yeah, have a really awesome weekend. And I will most likely do another live stream next week. Or maybe even tomorrow or the day after, because I've got a brand new 9050X in the box. A lot of cool toys, 30 gigs of G-Skill RAM and Zenith Extreme Mobo somewhere. I don't have a case for it yet though, so this is going to have to live on the table for a while to like burn it in and make sure everything's right. But I will be reaching out to my buddy Christian in Fort Mill to help me get what's it called? A Fractal Design R6 tempered glass case shipped over to FedEx, because one, he's such a nice guy, and the only one who's like helping me that fashion, apart from another friend of mine who lives in has a house in Texas, Cypress, Concho Creek something, and he's another awesome guy who's been doing stuff for me that even family members would never do, to be honest. And yeah, so I've got like a couple close friends, some who I've known in real life, in person, and the others I've just been talking to on Facebook for about 10-15 years, but I never really met in person. And they've been helping me out for a long time. It's crazy. And a lot of those friendships were cultivated, like even Kevin, who's on this stream, and I've had the pleasure of meeting him multiple times through just the interest of watches. It's crazy. It needs to be a medium post. But yeah, I digress again. So that's going to be, actually I need to write it down. That should be another topic. Like how you can have a certain passion. Like Hey to Pramini, like you know, she's into fashion and pushing that interest to its limit, which is really cool. But you know, you can find in whatever sphere that you put your heart and soul into, you can make really worthwhile relationships and friendships as well. So yeah, thanks for watching, guys. I'm bugging out. Have a good one. Bye bye. So stop the stream. Where's the button? Where's the button to stop the stream? I need to find the button to stop. Oh, there it is. Okay. Bye bye. Bye bye. Bye bye.